Annabel was not born wicked. The sea made her that way. On the night she was born, the ocean screamed. Thunder cracked the sky, waves rose like angry giants, and the moon hid behind dark clouds. The elder mermaids whispered in fear as Annabel opened her eyes for the first time. Her eyes were not soft blue like the others. They were dark, deep, and cold, like the bottom of the sea where no light ever reached. From childhood, Annabel was different. While other mermaids played with dolphins and sang sweet songs that made sailors dream, Annabel swam alone. She preferred the deep waters, where broken ships slept and secrets were buried. She listened to the cries of drowned sailors and learned the language of pain. The Sea Queen noticed her early. "Stay away from the dark trenches," the Sea Queen warned her one day. "Nothing good grows there." But Annabel did not listen. Each time she returned from the deep, she changed a little. Her voice became sharper. Her smile grew thin. And her heart slowly hardened like coral turned to stone. The mermaids feared her, though they never said it aloud. Fish scattered when she passed. Even sharks moved aside. Then the disappearances began. Fishing boats went missing near the Whispering Reef. Sailors told stories of a beautiful mermaid with silver-black hair who sang a sweet song before dragging men into the sea. The Sea Queen called the council, and all eyes turned to Annabel. "I did nothing," Annabel said calmly, though her lips curved in a small smile. No one could prove her guilt. But the ocean itself seemed to side with her. Storms followed her path. Waves rose when she was angry. The sea obeyed Annabel in ways it never obeyed anyone else. One night, Annabel swam to the surface during a full moon. A large ship drifted close, its crew tired and careless. She rose from the water, her beauty glowing under the moonlight, and began to sing. Her song was not love. It was revenge. As the sailors leaned over the edge, trapped by her voice, Annabel felt powerful. For the first time, the sea felt quiet inside her heart. But she did not know one thing. That night, someone was watching her from the shore. Someone who would change her fate forever. The person watching Annabel from the shore was not afraid of the sea. His name was Elias. Elias was a lighthouse keeper, a lonely man with tired eyes and a broken past. He had lived by the ocean for many years, long enough to know its moods and secrets. While others feared the sea at night, Elias trusted it. He believed the ocean spoke, and that only those who listened carefully could understand it. That night, as Annabel's song floated across the waves, Elias felt pain in his chest. The song was beautiful, but it carried sorrow, anger, and something darker. He watched as sailors leaned toward the water like sleepwalkers, their eyes empty. "Stop," he whispered, though the wind swallowed his voice. Then Annabel saw him. Their eyes met across the water. For a moment, her song broke. No human had ever looked at her like that before. There was no desire in his eyes. No fear. Only sadness. The sailors fell into the sea one by one, dragged under by unseen hands. The water turned still again, as if nothing had happened. Annabel sank back beneath the waves, but Elias remained standing, his heart racing. From that night on, Annabel felt something strange. When she returned to the deep trenches, the voices of the drowned were quieter. Her anger no longer felt complete. Elias's face kept returning to her thoughts like a shadow she could not escape. Days passed. The Sea Queen summoned Annabel again. "The surface world is angry," the queen said. "Ships are disappearing. Balance is breaking." Annabel folded her arms. "Humans destroy the sea. I only return what they take." The queen studied her closely. "Power without control will destroy you, child." Annabel laughed softly. "Or it will crown me." That same evening, Annabel swam closer to the shore than ever before. She watched Elias light the lighthouse, his movements slow and careful. Waves brushed the rocks gently, as if the sea itself was curious. "Why do you not fear me?" Annabel called out, rising from the water. Elias did not run. "Because I see your pain," he answered. "And pain does not always mean evil." Annabel felt anger rise, but also something warmer, something dangerous. No one had spoken to her like that before. "Go away, human," she said coldly, "before I drag you under like the rest." Elias stepped closer to the edge. "If you wanted me dead, I would already be gone." Silence stretched between them. For the first time in her life, Annabel did not know what to do. Far beneath them, the sea began to stir. Ancient forces awakened, sensing change. The ocean does not like hesitation, and Annabel was hesitating. That night, Annabel dreamed. She dreamed of fire meeting water, of love fighting darkness, and of a choice that would cost her everything. Annabel woke from her dream with a sharp breath, her heart beating like crashing waves. Mermaids did not dream like that. Dreams were gentle visions of coral fields and glowing fish, not fire and pain and impossible choices. Something was wrong. The sea around her trembled. Deep below, in the oldest part of the ocean where even the sea queen rarely went, something ancient shifted. The elders called it the abyss heart, a force older than mermaids, older than humans. It fed on imbalance, on hatred and broken vows. And Annabel, without knowing it, had been feeding it for years. That morning, dark water spread through the reefs. Fish floated lifeless. Coral lost its color. The sea was sick. The sea queen's voice echoed through the waters, filled with fear. "Annabel, come at once." When Annabel arrived at the crystal throne, the elders were already there. Their faces were pale, their fins dull. "The abyss heart is waking," one elder said. "It responds to your power." Annabel felt a chill. "I did not call it." "Your anger did," the sea queen replied. "Your hatred, your vengeance." The sea reflects its children. For the first time, Annabel felt fear. "If the abyss heart fully awakens," the queen continued, "it will swallow both sea and land. No songs will stop it." Annabel clenched her fist. "Then tell me how to destroy it." Silence followed. "At the cost of your power," the queen said softly. "And perhaps your life." Annabel turned away. Power was all she had ever known. Without it, who was she? That night, she returned to the shore. Elias was there, as if he had been waiting. The lighthouse light flickered behind him. "The sea is hurting," he said quietly. "You cannot understand," Annabel snapped. "Then help me understand," Elias replied. She wanted to lie. Instead, she told him everything: the abyss heart, her power, the choice before her. When she finished, the wind carried her words away, leaving them in heavy silence. "You're not wicked," Elias said at last. "You're wounded." Annabel laughed bitterly. "Wounds still kill." Elias stepped closer to the water. "Then heal it. Start with the sea." Annabel looked at him, truly looked at him. A human who saw her not as a monster or a weapon, but as a soul. The abyss heart paused beneath the waves, growing stronger. Time was running out. Annabel slipped back into the sea, knowing the next choice she made would decide the fate of two worlds. And this time, she could not sing her way out of it. The ocean darkened as Annabel swam toward the deepest trench. The water grew heavy, pressing against her skin like a warning. No mermaid followed her. Even the bravest elder stayed behind, whispering prayers into the currents. This was a path meant to be walked alone. The abyss heart waited. It lay hidden within a massive underwater cavern, pulsing like a living wound. Black light throbbed from its center, sending cracks through the surrounding rock. Every beat echoed Annabel's past, every ship she had sunk, every scream she had ignored. "You returned," the abyss heart whispered, its voice layered and endless. "My daughter of anger." "I am not yours," Annabel said, though her voice trembled. "You fed me," it replied. "Your hatred made me strong. Your power is already mine." The darkness wrapped around her, cold and familiar. For a moment, Annabel felt the old thrill: absolute power, no rules, no pain. The sea bowed to her will. But then she remembered Elias. His sad eyes. his quiet courage. I choose differently, she said. The abyss heart laughed. Then give me what I want. Annabel knew what it meant. She opened her mouth and began to sing, but this time, not a song of death. It was a song of truth, of sorrow, of forgiveness she had never allowed herself to feel. Her voice cracked as she poured every regret into the melody. The sea responded. Light pushed back the darkness. The cavern shook. Cracks spread across the abyss heart as it screamed in rage. No, it roared. Without your power, you are nothing. Annabel felt her strength draining, her tail growing heavy, her voice fading. Without my power, she whispered, I am free. With one final note, the abyss heart shattered into silence. The dark water cleared. Life rushed back into the sea like a long-held breath released. Annabel collapsed, sinking slowly. Far above, Elias felt the ocean calm. The waves softened. The wind rested. But Annabel did not rise. The sea queen sensed the change and wept. She has saved us all, she said. But at a terrible cost. Annabel drifted toward the surface, unconscious, her silver-black hair floating around her like shadows of her past. As dawn broke, her hand touched the shore. And Elias was there. He ran into the shallow water, lifting her gently. Stay, he whispered. Please stay. Annabel did not answer. But her heart still beat. Annabel awoke to silence. Not the deep, endless silence of the ocean, but a soft, human quiet. She lay on warm sand, the sun brushing her face. For the first time in her life, the sea was not inside her ears, not inside her heart. She tried to move. Pain shot through her body, and she gasped. Her tail was gone. Where silver scales once shimmered, there were legs weak, trembling, and unfamiliar. Annabel stared at them in shock, tears filling her eyes. You're awake, a gentle voice said. Elias knelt beside her, relief flooding his face. He wrapped a blanket around her shoulders as if she were something precious and fragile. What am I? Annabel whispered. Alive, Elias answered. And free. Memories rushed back the abyss heart, the song, the sacrifice. Annabel pressed a hand to her chest. The sea was quiet there now. No storms. No voices. No hunger for power. I can't hear the ocean, she said, her voice breaking. Elias helped her sit up. Maybe now you can hear yourself. Days passed. The sea queen came once, rising from the waves at dawn. She looked at Annabel with pride and sorrow. You gave up everything, the queen said. Your power. Your voice of command. Your place among us. Annabel lowered her head. I had to. The queen touched the water, and it glowed softly. The sea will remember you. You will always belong even if you no longer row. Then she was gone. Annabel learned to walk. She learned the warmth of fire, the weight of clothes, the sound of laughter that did not echo underwater. Life was smaller on land, slower but real. At night, she and Elias sat by the shore. Annabel watched the waves, no longer tempted to control them. Do you miss it? Elias asked. Sometimes, she admitted. But I don't miss who I was. The sea shimmered under the moon, calm and balanced. Far below, coral grew brighter. Fish returned. The ocean healed. Legends spread among sailors not of a wicked mermaid, but of a guardian who chose mercy over wrath. And Annabel, once feared as the wicked mermaid, became something far rarer. A soul who changed. The end.